The Yankees have done it. 4-2 victory. We push it to Game 5. Back in the Bronx tomorrow night. Big exhale. How are we doing, Isaac?
We are good. The last 3 innings of that game, honestly, like the playoffs hit me in the last 3 innings. I was sitting there, honestly, pretty trembling, wondering how are we going to close this game? What is the path to victory with this bullpen? Some of those innings Gerrit Cole got out of, man, I was just pumped up. Garrett's fired up. The Yankees are fired up. And yeah, just a lot of emotions, especially going into that last inning, seeing Clay Holmes up in the 8th. I'm like, oh my God, like what are they gonna do? Wandy threw yesterday, and then Wandy Peralta just shuts the door on them like the most like he's a Aroldis Chapman in 2015. Like, oh my God, like
How many pitches? 6 pitches? 7
seven
pitches?
pitches, 7 pitches.
Yeah.
He honestly incredible, like quick pitching the Indians and attacking with strikes. I really love to see it, but yeah, I'm very happy right now. But this is like such temporary happiness because I'm gonna be off a bean tomorrow, like the whole day, just like thinking about if this is the last game I'll see of the Yankees. So yeah,
Let's
how are
enjoy
you?
this for tonight. I mean, I'm with you, bro. Up and down the edge of my seat. Oh my God, that was absolutely emotionally draining. Gerrit Cole, though, kind of really showed up, and he kind of like settled my nerves a little bit, which was nice. He really showed up. I mean, 110 pitches, striking out the last 2 guys with a runner on second base. We'll get all into it. Let's just start breaking this down. First 3 innings, Yankees get out to that lead. Rizzo in the first inning with an RBI single. That was massive to get on the board early. That was one of your asks.
And who was my player of the game, by the way?
Not Gerrit Cole, and I think
I mean,
Gerrit Cole
obviously
takes
Gerrit Cole was the easy pick to go with, but like if I could
Yeah.
pick anyone to have a good game, Rizzo's 2 for 3 with an RBI. Like, come on, that's
Yeah,
pretty good.
yeah.
But
I think we should share the pie. Yeah, but Harrison Bader again after Rizzo, tack on runs, the 2-run bomb.
he is my master.
That was freaking massive. I mean, 1-0 to 3-0. You give Cole a 3-0 lead to work with. Master Bader. I mean, he's incredible. That's 3 home runs this postseason. Leads the MLB in home runs.
Tied for the
What do you
lead.
got on? What do you got on Harrison?
Yeah, Master Bader. Honestly, one of my favorite nicknames. There's also Darth Bader, which I also like. He seems to be kind of a stud. I guess he comes to New York and now he's a power guy. He can really get into one. I'm not gonna lie. Like I didn't think he like had that in him, but then you see how he's built. He looks like second class sergeant in the army. Like his haircut. He looks like a fucking Marine. But that dude strokes him. Like, he really lets him rip.
Yeah, bro.
And poor Cal Quantrill, just disgusted look on his face after letting up another home run to the Yankees 9-hitter.
I wonder what Ollie
pretty
thinks
hilarious.
of his jawline now.
What was that?
I wonder what Ollie thinks of Cal's jawline now. I mean,
Probably the same as he did before. Yeah, Cal Quantrill is not good at all. So, like, I'm glad that we put up this amount of runs. I wish it was more. There's a couple spots where I thought we could have capitalized. Josh Donaldson sucks. I really wanted Carp to pinch hit for him, but I guess the Yankees don't like the defense that way. Speaking of defense, freaking Oswaldo looks so solid out there, fielding like crazy hard ground balls, tough hops right at him like nothing.
double plays.
Double plays. Like you just like it's such a noticeable difference in like, how clean his fielding looks out there.
Yeah.
It's kind of like me today.
I mean, dude, Oswaldo, when was the last time he played shortstop for the Yankees? Like, it's probably been a month, maybe. I don't know.
The first day he was ever on the team, he played second,
he
and the
started.
second day he played shortstop, and since then I don't think he's played there.
Yeah, like it's been a while, and he just gets put at short for an elimination game, potential elimination game. He looked amazing. And his replacement in left field, Aaron Hicks, makes a questionable play in left field. I want to hear your thoughts on it. I thought that if he ran full speed into that ball, called Donaldson off, that he definitely had a chance to make that play. I want to hear your thoughts on that. I mean, I feel like the left fielder should have that ball.
He's just really fucking lazy. That's all it is. He's just ridiculously lazy. He doesn't hustle, or he's scared to hustle because he's scared to get by him. But I really don't know. I don't know why he's on the roster.
he hasn't he's lost playing time. He gets put in for game 4 backs against the wall scenario. Don't you have to play all out, put your heart on the line? Like
He has
what?
zero. He has just zero dog in him. He has no dog in
Like
him.
yeah, like he has no competitiveness. And like, don't you feel like you need to show your team what you have? Like jogging
Maybe
to
he
that
just
ball,
feels like sorry for himself. Maybe he's just like, oh,
it's
I suck and I don't get.
incredible.
I was supposed to be the starting center fielder. Boo hoo me. So I'm gonna jog to everything. I really don't know what it is with him.
It's
He
unbelievable.
doesn't.
And
He
then
gets
that
one. I think he gets one walk, but doesn't really do anything other than that. So
Yeah, I mean, that brings me to think. My brain goes to, okay, if those dinkers and dunkers are dropping in front of the left fielder anyway, why don't we just have Carp in there and let him get 3 or 4 at bats? Like, Carp worked his ass off to get back on the field, right? To get in a position where he could be on a roster, postseason roster. He's gotten 1 at bat. Like, come on, bro. Like, he needs to get more at bats. He was one
yeah,
of our best
yeah,
hitters in the summer, and where is he? Like, I hope we see him starting in Game 5, but I doubt it at this point.
yeah. I mean, you think ahead to if the Yankees win the potential Astros series, you can maybe see him, with that short wall there, getting some playing time out there, but. Or I mean, unless Benny's back, but I don't even want to talk about that right now.
Yeah.
But yeah, I agree. I want to see Carpenter. Yeah, I'd
Um,
love to.
Glaber in the leadoff spot leads off the game with a hit, which is nice. That classic inside-out swing from Glaber made some nice plays at second base. Judge also beats one out infield single in front of that Rizzo double down the left field line, leading into the Stanton sac fly. Let's deep dive a little more on Gerrit Cole's start. Gerrit Cole obviously goes to 7 innings. What did you want him to go another inning there, batter to batter, or was that good
No,
for you?
no, no. I think he was at his limits there. What was it, 110 pitches?
Yeah.
So yeah, I mean, we really our ask was like 7, 8 innings, 1 run, but honestly, like 7 innings, 2 runs is perfectly fine with me. I think you don't want to push him anymore, and
Especially
um,
with how that first
you
run
you
scored.
can kind of do the eighth and the ninth with Clay Holmes and Wandy. I thought it was interesting how Clay Holmes was out first, but I guess they just want Wandy in that closing role. But
And it
as
was
for
that
Garrett,
lane too.
what was that?
Naylor was leading off in the ninth, so I think they
Yeah,
saw
so
that
I
lane.
guess that kind of planned well. Like they came to fruition pretty well. Um, but as for Garrett, I was very impressed. His stuff was good. He had a great knuckle curve, which he's been throwing like way more, which is something that he kind of stopped doing. Like he was kind of sticking to a slider, fastball, cutter thing earlier on in the year. So now him to come back to that knuckle curve, it's a great put away pitch. Um, and he had his fastball command today too. Didn't leave too many fuck you fastballs over the middle, which is good. So yeah, I thought it was a great Cole start, and 1 or 2 more good playoff starts, and he's a legend in New York. Like
Yeah.
honestly, if he has 2 more good postseason starts, one let's say in the Astro series, one in the World Series, he's a legend in New York forever, and that's what he
Yeah.
wants.
Let's get
So
to the Astro series.
yeah, I need you to
Um,
talk. My voice is so gone right now. Just so you know, guys, I had 3 baseball games this weekend, and I did a lot of screaming. A lot of screaming.
you don't want to talk about your volleyball game?
Oh, and oh yeah, we in the mural volleyball game we played these Indian gentlemen named the Patels. There's like six of them, and 3 of them their last name is Patel, but they're like not related. It's really weird. It's a really weird situation. They're all
Yeah.
they're all named Patel, but they're not like related. It's just a fucked situation. Um,
Back to
uh,
Gerrit Cole for a second. Um, as you said, his knuckle curve has been up so much these last 2 games against the Guardians. I don't know if it's a game plan thing or like a eye
See, I don't
test kind
need
of thing.
analytics to tell me that. See, that's why I'm such a smart baseball viewer. I didn't even look at the analytics.
Yeah,
I just
but
knew that he's throwing it for put away pitches so
he
much more of
has
the time.
thrown it. These
So
are his
smart.
number 1 and number 2 most knuckle curves thrown in a game this whole entire year. 25% of his pitches were knuckle curves today. Not too many changeup, only 5%, 6 total, but he threw it in the right location, right time. I think his changeup was really good against those lefties. And what impressed me most about Gerrit Cole was that when the tide seemed to be kind of turning the Guardians' way, in that 3rd inning, 4th inning, when after the Naylor home run, Yankees came up to bat, had first and second. Torres grounds into a hard double play. What a play by Jose Ramirez. You got to tip your cap there. The atmosphere was kind of going crazy. Guardians were kind of riding a wave there. Gerrit Cole comes out, shuts them down 1-2-3. That's huge. Absolutely massive. And then the next inning, you got the top of the order up with Rosario, Ramirez, obviously, and then Naylor. He shuts them down again 1-2-3. Those 2 innings I thought were really, really key in this start. Those 2 innings were massive. And Gerrit Cole, props to you, man. He got through it.
What did you think of his celly, though? I thought the celly could be something, left more to be desired. I mean, it's like this. Like, it's like, like this. But, like, down, it's like, this, but, like,
picture.
Down. Really, really strange, like, celly. Like,
I'm actually
yeah.
the
Like, it's kind of, I don't know. It's just, like, it's pretty hype. Like, I stood up and started going crazy when I saw him do that. But yeah, just like I miss the like yelling Gerrit Cole. Like he's always so like passive during the season and so like try not to care about stuff. And I love when he shows emotion like that game in Houston. Well, last year I think it was. Was that this year? No, that was last year, right? That was last year.
Yeah.
I just love seeing him like emotional or yelling. Like same thing with Sevy. Like Sevy gets me so hyped up too.
Yeah.
My promo for next game, if Nestor does come in for like, I don't know, 30 pitches, and I want to see like Nestor get like hype. Like I want to see Nestor come off like that.
Yeah. I don't know if you saw it, if you caught it in the 8th or 7th inning, that last inning, Trevi made a mound visit. Gerrit Cole kind of like patted him on the back. I'll put a video in if I can find it. He like patted him on the back and he's like, I got this. Let's go. That hyped me up. It was kind of my ask. Not really. It wasn't to Boone, but it still fired me up a little bit there.
Yeah.
And yeah, I mean, Gerrit Cole. I was going to say something, but now I kind of forgot.
Well, that sucks. Yeah, Gerrit Cole is a stud. I know a lot of people have been talking a lot about how he's not the ace and how he's not bad, and this is really good for his confidence and this is really good for the team because he sets an example very well.
Yeah. Okay. What I remembered is I don't know if you caught it after the game, post-game interview from Gerrit Cole and Lauren Shahadi.
Such a high. Garrett was screaming.
Yeah, he was high voice. He was really excited. What he said caught my ears, perked my ears up a little bit. He said that regarding that last at bat against, was it Will Brennan, the pinch hitter, when he threw a 98 right by him to strike him out, that got the scream out of him. He said I was thinking change up there. He had a pretty out in front swing. He was like, fuck that, I'm going with the fastball. That's literally the definition of a fuck you fastball we've been talking about. It works out there. Kind of scared me. I would have went with an off speed in the dirt, but whatever. It works.
Yeah, if it works, it works. Damn, I had something too. I think we're just so mentally drained from this game.
I'm like absolutely drained.
I'm literally. Not only did I also play 9 innings today, but I'm actually mentally just so exhausted from watching that game.
You've also mentally played another 9 innings today with the Yankee game, so that's like 18
Yeah,
innings.
I've basically played 18 innings today.
Physically, 9 innings, mentally, 18 innings. Yeah, you're crazy.
Tired, man. Really tired.
Quickly, Clay Holmes' stuff looked amazing. His sinker was running. He did walk Quan, but that bat to Ramirez, he absolutely destroyed him. The sword. Yeah, go on.
What I was saying was, in that post-game interview with the Shahadi, all my friends were like, Jeb, Cooper, Matt, Cheyenne, and Sammy were sitting there, and they're like, oh, let's hear from Gerrit Cole. And like the first word, they were like, that's what Gerrit Cole sounds like? And I was like, right? Like, doesn't that sound like? And they said they made a Patty Mahomes comparison.
Mm-hmm.
The kind of the froggish voice. And I was like, I never even thought like Gerrit Cole is literally Pat Mahomes. Like that's what he sounds like.
That's a very good comparison.
So continue with your analytic breakdown of the game. I'm sorry.
No, I'm done with the analytic breakdown. I just thought Clay Holmes' stuff looked amazing.
It did.
17 pitches, only one slider, but that one slider made Jose Ramirez look like an absolute fool.
That was dumb. It wasn't even. That was never a strike. I don't know what that was.
He also had a similar swing in that first inning against Gerrit Cole that struck Ramirez out. Wandy's 7 pitches is amazing. I think we could move on to start thinking about Game 5. I know our brains don't want to go there and don't have the capacity to, but it's Tyone against Aaron Savale. Do you want to think about that a little bit?
I mean, that's a pretty even matchup for both teams. There should be some exciting innings ahead of us with runs scoring. I don't want to talk too much about it right now, but it's gonna be a slug show. I think. I think whichever team can hit the most because both bullpens are pretty drained at this point in the series, and you got two guys who can give up 5 runs in an inning at any point. So this is like some different playoff baseball action. We've seen great pitching among a lot of matchups this year, all across MLB, and we're gonna get kind of a funny matchup tomorrow. But yeah, what are your thoughts about how Tyone can do?
I actually trust Tyone more than the average Yankee fan. I feel like Tyone will show up. I'm not asking for four or deep game from him. I think 4 or 5 innings will do the job. Just go as long as you can with as least amount of runs as possible. As obvious as it gets, but I think 3 innings of no runs or 4 innings of 1 run is doing his job. I think they'll have all hands on deck after him. So
Would you rather have Domingo start it?
no, I want Tyone.
I would rather have Domingo start. I'm not gonna lie.
I think Domingo will be behind him. I just
I agree. I agree. The Yankees will put Domingo behind him, but if Domingo was starting, I think I'd be a little happier. If
really
JMO just
I
didn't see the
disagree.
field, I'd be a lot happier, honestly. I just
Wow,
his
JMO
stuff
hate.
his stuff
Wow.
is just not good at all.
Watch him. Watch him. Player of the game pick tomorrow. Um,
Curveball is good, but like I guess he could get lucky and have a great game, but like
Lucky.
he
Wow. Wow.
he
Wow.
pitches to contact. Cleveland is a contact team. That's not exactly
Okay.
a good mix for giving up a bunch of hits. Like
Nestor
do you
Cortez
not
pitches
agree
the
that JMO is
contact.
pitch to contact kind of pitcher? He doesn't strike out a bunch of guys.
Nestor Cortez pitched to contact kind of guy. 5 innings, 2 runs. Did his job.
Nestor Cortez is don't compare them. He's different. They're pitched to
Contact
contact
pitcher.
in different ways. Nestor definitely
Don't
draws
don't don't
weaker
say
contact.
JMO. Don't say JMO's a pitch to hard contact kind of guy.
He is
He's not.
pitched to hard contact.
We'll see. We'll see. I have trust in JMO. I've seen his best, and I think his potential absolute A game is better than Domingo's absolute A
Yeah.
game. So
What are you? I mean, has JMO ever won AL Pitcher of the Month? No.
probably last year he was on fire. Let me
Oh,
look
you're
that
right.
up.
Okay, no, you know what? You're right, but I think Domingo has finished higher up in AL Cy Young voting than Tyona ever has.
Okay, that has nothing to do with tomorrow's game.
Also,
Yep, he was named the American League Pitcher of the Month in July of 2021, posting a 1.16 ERA.
yeah, I know, I remember.
So don't
Um,
disrespect JMO
what do
like
you
that.
what did you think about fucking Naylor doing the cradle and that's my fucking son. Like, what are you talking about? It's a solo shot, not even like a tie game. And I've never seen you get a hit off Gerrit Cole. Like, what are you talking about, my son? And running around
Yeah,
the bases like this? What was that?
That's the most ridiculous thing I've ever seen.
Dude, like that's so like. Okay, I don't want to sound like a grandpa, but like I love the bat flips and everything. But some of the things this postseason, like the Reese Hoskins, like literally just like
No, that
slamming
was
it
cool.
down. Like, dude, it's too
That was
much.
cool.
Like, act like you've been there before. Like, do a bat flip. Don't just smack it on the ground. Like, that's just, I don't know, a bad look. And then
Really, I disagree.
running around second base, just swinging your arms looked so dumb. Like,
Yeah,
what's wrong with you? Like, I
I'm
don't
all
know.
for like bat slams, spikes, throws, flips, whatever, but just don't disrespect your opponent. Like that was as disrespectful as it gets. Like I don't know what you're talking about. Number one, number two, you're not that guy. Number three, you're still down 3-2. Like where did that come from?
Okay,
I know he's a
if that's
fiery
like a
guy.
home run
Like,
to take the lead, it's still like a dumb thing to do. But I could like see, like, okay, yeah, like I just going up with this one home run, but like you
a
didn't even tie the
solo
game.
shot, a solo shot to cut the lead to one.
He's just
Big
like
guy.
trying to be He's just trying to be like the devil. Like he's literally just trying to be like a nuisance
And
for no reason.
he is a psycho, but still.
Yeah, and I respect the psychoness. Like it's kind of funny, but at the same time, it's like too far. Like, dude, like what? That's not even a tie game. Like, what are you doing?
Yeah, I don't know, man.
And he's also been like shut down. He's had 2 hits this entire series. It's like,
Yeah.
what are you doing?
Whatever, man. Yeah, I mean, I'm glad that it didn't get to Cole and Cole didn't spiral out after that.
I wish the Yankees had hit him on the next time, but they low-key couldn't afford to do it.
We need to win the game. That
Yeah,
that, that puts the game in jeopardy.
it gives
Um,
Cleveland motivation.
yeah, I mean, there was also a Cleveland reporter that tweeted and that went viral in Yankee land that that's what he does. He calls the pitcher he hits the home run off of their sons. Like, okay, like that's not like justifying what he did. Like, what does that have to do with him doing that then? Like, still doesn't make any sense.
He definitely pull up numbers that he does that every single time he hits a home run. No way. Like, he definitely doesn't round the bases like this every time. Like, dude, that would be in
Well,
like being
apparently he
posted.
he points at the pitcher and calls them his son. That's like
Yeah,
his
he was like
routine.
staring at Gerrit Cole, like he was like actively looking at him too. What a freak!
You want to hear 2 minutes ago Gerrit Cole's quote on Josh Naylor's baby rocking celebration. Quote, Garrett says, "Yeah, whatever, it's cute."
Okay, I wanted something more. That was kind of, I don't know.
Whatever. I want to see how he said it. It might have, if he did a
Yeah,
little
it's
chuckle.
cute.
Put the actual quote on the side there. A little. I'm gonna nerd out on Aaron Savali real quick. He's a cutter sinker guy, kind of like all the other Cleveland pitchers. He's a 34% cutter guy, curveball sinker. Very few splits and change. He does have it in his back pocket. Mainly a four-pitch pitcher, cutter, curve, sinker, four seam. He had a really rough year this year. He went 5-6 with a 4.92 ERA, close to a 5 ERA in 20 games started, 97 innings pitched. I mean, he's been an all right pitcher in the past, but he's really nothing to be scared of. I mean, the Cleveland has everyone in their bullpen available tomorrow, especially their big three and Stefan or Steven and Karinchak, Freak Show, and Clase available probably for 2 or 3 innings. So we're going to get Cleveland's best after Civale. I think you got to scratch across a few runs against Civale and hope JMO can go as long as possible. We'll get to that stuff in pregame show tomorrow, but
Yeah, if it's a bullpen game, I don't want to say we're screwed, but
hey,
if it turns into a, they're up by one going into the late innings, I'm nervous. I'm not
I
gonna
don't want
lie.
to see Clase with a lead. Then
Any
I don't want to
lead.
say, but yeah,
I
anyway.
want to see Class say a tied game or down one. That's the
Like
ask.
Clase is probably going to come in regardless of the score, but let's not have it within a run either way.
I need to go sleep for 11 hours now after that.
Yeah. Anything else we missed what do we do in postgame? That's it. Cole player of the game, co-player of the game with Rizzo. I guess I'll give you some credit. And yeah, go Yanks, baby. Take us out, Frank Sinatra. We'll be back tomorrow afternoon talking about the Yankees. One last thing. Who's starting at shortstop tomorrow? One word answer, and we'll be out.
IKF. Just kidding. I really hope it's Waldo, but we'll see. Bye, guys. Thanks for
Bye-bye.
listening.